Now, the legendary romantic novel Lorna Doone is being reenacted tonight in a spectacular open-air performance in the Valley of Rocks.
It's Exmoor's answer to the Minack Theatre in Cornwall, and Spotlight Janine Jansen is there for us this evening. Janine.
Yes, if you want a night of drama, passion and intrigue, you could do worse than coming here to the Valley of Rocks for Lorna Doone. Now, of course, Cornwall's got the Minack Theatre with their fantastic amphitheatre, but here we've got the natural amphitheatre. We've got craggy rocks, we've got the fantastic outlook to the sea, and of course, we've got wild goats here as well. The audience just arriving, and the lady behind the Pleasure Dome Theatre Company is Helena. Why have you chosen Lorna Doone?
Well, Lorna Doone is a story that's woven into the fabric of Exmoor's cultural consciousness. So there is nowhere more fitting than Exmoor and the Valley of the Rocks to perform this incredible story.
It really is a spectacular setting, isn't it?
It is. It's so dramatic. You don't need scenery, you don't need expensive set when you've got such magnificent natural landscape. And the story that we're telling is totally integrated into the natural landscape and really showcases this part of the world at its best.
And why is the sound so good here?
Well, it's a natural amphitheatre. Underneath this grass, you've got these huge big rocks that bounce the sound off. So really the actors don't have to push at all, and they can just enjoy the natural soundscape.
And I was watching them rehearse this afternoon. Very exciting, lots of swords and guns and all sorts. It's an interesting cast, isn't it?
Yes, so it's a combined cast of professionals and local talent, and we auditioned for the local talent, and we found our local actors through open auditions, and we've actually got a local Lorna, which is very exciting to be working with her.
Yeah, she's really good, isn't she?
She's fantastic, yeah.
Any goats in it at all?
Yes, obviously we do have goats on call as extras if ever we need them for the crowd scenes. But we've got all sorts. Obviously that's the beauty of live theatre. You've got the sunset, you've got birds circling overhead, you've got goats sometimes running through. It's a totally immersive experience, and that's what we hope to give people when they come here.
Helen, that's fantastic. Well, it's quite a new company, this. They put on Macbeth last year, and they've just finished putting on The Importance of Being Earnest. And tonight is the opening night. It's 7:30. As you can see, the audience is starting to arrive. A few tips for you. Don't wear high heels. Wear plenty of warm clothing. Bring some seating and bring some food, and you'll have a fantastic night. It runs until Saturday.
Thank you very much, Janine. Looks very dramatic, suitably dramatic there. Will the weather be a dramatic backdrop for that production, though? Let's find out from Holly.
Well, it's certainly not going to be as nice as it was yesterday. I think that's fair to say.
We can't beat yesterday, really, can we?
And fancy getting it on a bank holiday Monday. How lucky was that?
Yeah.
I can scarcely believe it. Some stunning weather out there yesterday. It is, though, will change, unfortunately, as we head through the coming days. So this was the picture yesterday, up in the high 20s for many of us. 28 there for Yeovilton, 26 for Exeter. And this is the picture for tomorrow. So for some of us, dropping by as much as 10, maybe even 13 degrees. So a real change over the coming days, unfortunately. So to summarise this week, yes, it is a fresher feel to things. We have got some spells of rain in the forecast. Persistent initially, but turning more showery. But it does at least brighten up once again as we head into next weekend, for a time at least. Now, we've got a weather front heading our way. That arrives through the early hours. It affects us through the first part of tomorrow before sneaking its way eastwards. So it does at least brighten up as the day goes on. Then for Thursday, it's a case of a scattering of some quite lively showers, an odd rumble of thunder a possibility, but it is bright at least away from those showers. And it's similar on Friday as well, this mix of sunshine and showers, but you can see this higher pressure just starting to work its way across us, and that is good news. So far today then, we've had varying amounts of clouds, some bright spells up there, but that cloud has been thick enough just to bring an odd sneaky bit of drizzle in the mix, but for a decent part of the day it's been dry. And it should be through the first part of this evening, some clear spells around. But as the night goes on, thickening cloud, outbreaks of rain working their way in, some of these quite lively too. But temperatures not falling away too far, so typically staying in double figures. But it's a bit of a miserable start to the day tomorrow morning. Cloudy, outbreaks of rain, some of this rain pretty heavy, but it does at least tend to wend its way through, so some brighter skies into tomorrow afternoon, but always with this risk of a few showers popping up. And those temperatures are going to be a world away from the sorts of valleys we had yesterday, so 14, 15, 16 degrees, a much fresher feel than we've grown used to. For the Isles of Scilly, a cloudy start, outbreaks of rain to begin the day, but I think brightening up fairly quickly, just the risk of a few showers. And these are our times of high water. So looking at Minehead there at just after midnight tonight and at 12:39 tomorrow. These are the waves for our surfers. Along the north coast, you've got around 2 to 4 feet. With that northerly breeze, we're looking at generally messy conditions here, although the breeze does drop a bit lighter as the day goes on. So you could well see those waves cleaning up, I suspect, as that breeze just drops down a little. For the south, the waves are a little bit smaller, 1 to 2 feet, generally clean conditions here. And for the coastal waters forecast, the winds west or northwesterly, force 4 or 5, but becoming occasionally variable and dropping a little bit lighter at times through the day. Rain and showers as the day brightens up. The visibility might be moderate or poor underneath that rain, but tending to become good as the rain clears through. And the sea state for tomorrow is generally slight or moderate. So this is the outlook then over the coming days. Tomorrow, not a very nice start to things, but it does at least improve as the day goes on. Then for Thursday and Friday, a case of bright weather, but with the risk of some quite lively and possibly thundery showers, but they should be relatively well scattered. And then as we head into the weekend, the start of the weekend, some sunshine, but it does go downhill, unfortunately, later in the weekend. Back to you two.
Oh dear, September's usually nice, isn't it?
Well, I'm still working on it. I'm going to sort something out a bit.
Could you please?
Good. Thanks, Ollie.
That's all from us this evening. We'll leave you with some drama, though, from the Valley of Rocks. Good night.
Good night.